to talk about a little something from Jim Shore. We obviously could not go into a holiday season without something that Jim does so well, and this is the 12th annual ornament. It's $24.98. Your 3 easy payments here, $833. H481227. That's your item number. Your choices are you can get the white choice or the black choice in the Santa. And the reason that Jim came up with this, first of all, if you are not familiar with who Jim Shore is, he's a folk art artist. He's a father, he's a grandfather, he has a lot of little grandkids that he always gets input from his grandchildren now, but he takes inspiration from his Southern upbringing and he creates these beautiful ornaments for us, and they are resin carved to look like wood. I know. Really beautiful. You can see the details in all of these. So he started 12 years ago because people were buying his ornaments every year and they were writing on them the year, which, you know, makes sense because they're collecting them every single year. Well, Jim said, you know what? I'm going to start creating them, but I am going to do you one solid and I'm going to put the year on them. So now you don't have to worry about that. And that's where you see Santa's bag with all the little candy canes on there with the year. So how sweet is that? Is Jim Shore here? I heard he was going to be here. Jim, it's so nice to see you. How are you?
I am absolutely better now that I'm with you.
I'm glad you're better. It's good to hear. And this is our 12th annual ornament. It's so sweet.
You know, I've been working with the wonderful family there of QVC for, I think this is my 23rd year, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And so along the way, occasionally I do something that is exclusive for the folks at QVC. And this continuity program was one of them, you know. So 12 years ago, we thought, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to create a little ornament. It's going to be Santa Claus. It's going to have a bell. It's going to, you know, to have the date on it. And I think everybody will like it. And then, okay, the next year, well, let's do another one, you know. Third year, let's do another one. So we said, hey, let's make this a regular thing. Yeah, so we've been doing it ever since. And they're similar in design and always have a little bit different theme. And they've got some of the elements on it that I'm sort of best known for, and they always have a little jingle bell there.
Yep.
And this one, of course, is, I think it's particularly cute because the theme is candy cane.
Love
and that's
it.
That's one of the things that's sort of you know, iconic with the season. It's like gingerbread or
right.
or you know, those sort of things that you sort of always sort of equate with the season, you know?
It's true.
So,
and the size on this is good. If you're wondering, it's 4 inches tall, it's 2 3/4 inches wide, and it's 3 inches long. So just if you were wondering the size on this, really sweet. People come to Jim Shore's collection just like this. They will get one of these ornaments because they have the year on it to mark the first year anniversary that somebody spent together, that first year baby's first Christmas or grandbaby's first Christmas, and then they start the collection, and voila, before you know it, you've started your own Jim Shore collection. It's a thing people do. They collect them, they love them, they gift them. They're so beautiful, and the reason I turned them to the back is because this is what Jim and his team does so well. These are resin. If you look at the detail, that literally looks like they have been hand carved. All the different shading on that. Look at that. Hand painted though, right, Jim? Like your team does such a great job with these.
This is a handmade piece. You know, it's well, the originals, of course, you know, are handmade. That's a given.
Yep.
And then we do the hand casting. It's not a factory type thing where you crank out a bunch of stuff out of a injection molder.
Right.
This is hands-on. It's more of a studio atmosphere.
Yeah.
So when you get a piece of this, it's not the original, but it's a hair's breadth away from being the original because the painting is all done by hand.
That's right.
With high density lacquer. And you noticed you mentioned the back. Now the back, the designs go all the way around, but there is a space there. And I left that plain for a reason. What I suggest people do is for that year, write something on it that indicates what that is special about that particular year.
Yeah.
Whether, like you said, it might be It might be baby's first, first Christmas, or the first Christmas in the house, or just something new, so that you can, as the collection grows, you can say, okay, that's part of our family history.
That's right.
And that's one thing that I find most heartwarming, when people come to me and they say, hey, I had a Jim Shore Christmas, or something like that. That really inspires me. It keeps me going, and I just love to hear that. Now, one thing that we do is we use these things as place settings at our dinners.
Love it.
Or we give these things, to our friends and our family and so forth, just to give them a little something to let them know that we remember them, And,
yeah.
And sometimes we'll include that. If we give them a big gift, we'll include that too.
Why not?
That way, every year they got something to remember us by. Now,
and to look forward to getting. Because
Yes.
you give it to them one year, Jim, they're going to want it again the next year.
If you started at the very beginning, then you have to have this.
That's right.
But if you didn't start at the very beginning, you still have to have this.
You start your collection now, right? You start your collection now. You start those new traditions now, right? We're still having babies and things like that now, and all, celebrating marriages and moving into your first house and all of those things. So still lots of things to celebrate. So if you don't have any type of collection started, this is a really good one just to start your Jim Shore collection. It's $24.98. It's on the sale price. You're saving a few dollars off that QVC price. Your easy pay is $8.33. He's been doing this for 12 years. People are buying multiples of these because they're probably doing exactly what you said, Jim. They're probably putting them down for the place setting at Thanksgiving, or they probably are giving them, to the grandbabies for grandbaby's first Christmas, or the couple just got married and moved into their new home and it's going to be the first year in their new home. But they're stunning. And for me to go, they're resin. Every time I say it, and I know they are resin, they just look so artisan. Crafted, because you just take, look at that. That literally looks like somebody had a piece of wood and just is creating these shapes, Jim. Your team really does such a good job with it.
Well, our casting process and the whole process that we have duplicates the original perfectly.
Yes.
Okay? And we stay after quality control and consistency and all that stuff. It's just so important to us, because every single solitary piece of the many pieces that we cast, if it's that one piece, that's going to mean something special to one person.
That's right.
So when I deal with that one piece, it's the most important piece to me too.
And we don't bring in a ton of these, by the way. This is not something that we have like unlimited of. If you're a Jim Shore collector, you know that. But if you're not, just know that once these are gone, like that's it. There's only a certain amount that Jim can bring for us every year, and then that's it. That's it, and they're gone.
The cool thing about it is these are exclusive to QVC, so this is the only place to get them.
That's right. The $8.33 on an easy pay, add these to your collection or start your collection. That would be really good. H481227. You can either get the white or the black choice. Jim, thank you so much. Happy holidays. It's
a pleasure being here, and I want to wish everybody an early Merry Christmas.
Yes, we accept. You take care of yourself now.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. So go to QVC.com or use your app.